Ever wondered how to truly unlock your brain's incredible potential? This is the English Learning Series by English Insider. I'm Emily, your host, and today we're embarking on an illuminating exploration: how to train your brain. This isn't merely about comprehending complex scientific principles, it's about empowering you with the precise, academic language to articulate these concepts, thereby substantially elevating your English proficiency. And I'm privileged to be joined by a distinguished expert, someone whose professional endeavors are dedicated to deciphering the intricate mechanisms of human cognition. Alex, welcome, Alex. It's genuinely a pleasure to have your insights on English Insider.
Thank you, Emily. It's a distinct pleasure to be here. I'm eager to elucidate this fascinating domain.
Alex, with your profound understanding of the brain, I'm curious. Do you ever find yourself marveling at its sheer acuity? Or perhaps, have you experienced those moments where your own mind seems to exhibit a certain recalcitrance, making even a simple recall an effortful process?
That's an excellent inquiry, Emily. And yes, absolutely. Despite all my research, my brain, like anyone's, has its moments of temporary impediment. It serves as a constant reminder that our brains, while incredibly sophisticated, are also remarkably adaptable and necessitate consistent stimulation. It's very much akin to a muscle. Its strength and efficiency are contingent upon regular exercise.
Contingent upon regular exercise, a powerful analogy. It certainly underscores that our brains hold far more potential than we typically acknowledge. So let's address the fundamental question. Have you ever pondered why some individuals appear to acquire new skills with remarkable ease, while others encounter considerable challenges? Or why, as we advance in years, recalling names or specific facts can become a genuinely effortful process? Today, we are going to elucidate the scientific underpinnings of how our brains function, and crucially, how we can proactively train them to foster greater acuity, enhanced focus, and superior efficiency. Prepare to unlock the latent capabilities of your mind. Alex, when we discuss training the brain, what precisely are we encompassing? Is it merely about engaging in puzzles, or is there a more profound scientific principle at play?
That's a vital distinction, Emily. While puzzles undoubtedly offer beneficial outcomes, the central concept we are exploring is neuroplasticity. Envision your brain not as an immutable, static entity, but rather as a perpetually evolving landscape. Neuroplasticity denotes its extraordinary capacity to modify its physical architecture and functional organization throughout your entire lifespan, in direct response to novel experiences and consistent engagement. This involves the genesis of new neural pathways and the reinforcement of existing connections. Consider it analogous to the continuous construction of new thoroughfares or the expansion of current ones within a bustling metropolis.
That's a truly insightful analogy. So our brains are in a constant state of adaptation, but how do we deliberately direct this adaptation? Could you share a narrative that vividly illustrates this concept for our audience?
Certainly. Allow me to recount the story of an architect named Leo. Leo was renowned for his meticulous designs and sharp intellect. However, as he approached his mid-50s, he began to observe subtle, yet disconcerting declines in his cognitive functions. He found himself struggling to maintain focus during complex design sessions, occasionally misplacing crucial blueprints, and experiencing a general sense of mental sluggishness. This was particularly troubling for someone whose profession demanded such acute mental agility. One evening, while discussing his concerns with a former university colleague, now a neuroscientist, Leo learned about the profound implications of neuroplasticity. His colleague explained that the brain, even in adulthood, possesses an inherent capacity for growth and reorganization. She proposed that Leo undertake a regimen of specific brain training exercises, emphasizing the need for differentiated stimulation rather than generic mental activities. Leo, being a man of precision, embraced this challenge with characteristic dedication. He started with online platforms that offered tailored exercises designed to augment working memory and sustained attention. Initially, the tasks felt genuinely effortful. There were moments of frustration, but he committed to maintaining unwavering attention, understanding that active engagement was paramount for neuroplastic change to materialize. Distraction, his colleague had warned, can impede progress significantly. Beyond the digital exercises, Leo integrated new complex challenges into his daily routine. He began learning to play the classical guitar, an activity that demanded intricate motor skills, auditory processing, and pattern recognition, a truly novel and complex endeavour for him. He also started engaging in competitive online chess, a game requiring intense strategic foresight and sustained engagement over prolonged periods. He understood that profound and meaningful neural transformations unfold gradually, necessitating consistent and sufficient exposure to these cognitive demands. After approximately 8 months, the empirical evidence of Leo's progress was undeniable. His colleagues noticed his renewed vigour in design meetings. He could recall intricate project details with ease, and his ability to concentrate for extended periods had markedly improved. The mental fog had dissipated, replaced by a clarity and sharpness he hadn't experienced in years. He had not only mitigated his previous cognitive challenges, but had actively helped his brain acquire new levels of efficiency and resilience.
Leo's story is incredibly compelling, Alex. It truly brings the theoretical aspects of brain training into a relatable context. So it's not just about any mental activity, but about precise, targeted exercises that demand effort and unwavering consistency.
Precisely, Emily. Leo's journey vividly illustrates the 5 pivotal principles of neuroplasticity. Differentiated stimulation. He specifically targeted his weaker cognitive functions like memory and focus with tailored tasks. Attention. His focused concentration on each task was critical. He wasn't merely going through the motions. Sustained engagement. His consistent long-term commitment to the exercises and new skills was paramount for lasting change. Effortful processing. The tasks were sufficiently challenging to demand genuine mental exertion, yet achievable enough to prevent discouragement. Novelty and complexity. Learning guitar and playing chess introduced new complex demands that continuously stimulated his brain's adaptability. These principles are not merely theoretical, they are substantiated by empirical research, demonstrating that targeted cognitive training can substantially enhance performance. Activities such as strategic games, learning musical instruments, or even mastering a new language, as Leo implicitly did, by engaging his brain in novel ways, are excellent catalysts for these neural transformations.
That's profoundly insightful, and it leads me to reflect on how these very principles are directly applicable to the process of learning English. Consistent practice, meticulous attention to new grammatical structures, and challenging ourselves with unfamiliar vocabulary. It's all, in essence, a form of brain training, isn't it? Alex, absolutely, Emily. The brain does not discern between learning a new language and mastering a complex skill like chess. The fundamental process involves the formation and reinforcement of neural connections. The more you engage with English in a focused, consistent, and appropriately challenging manner, the more your brain adapts and cultivates proficiency. Before we conclude, let's take a moment to review some of the pivotal vocabulary we've integrated into our discussion today. These are terms that will not only empower you to articulate concepts related to brain science, but are also highly valuable for your IELTS, TOEFL, and PTE examinations, and for general academic English discourse. Vocabulary recap: neuroplasticity. This refers to the brain's remarkable capacity to change and adapt its physical structure and functional organization throughout your entire life, in response to new experiences and learning. Recall how Leo's brain demonstrated neuroplasticity as he engaged in new challenges. Cognitive. This term pertains to thinking, understanding, and knowing. When we discussed Leo's improved cognitive functions, we were referring to his enhanced mental processes like memory and focus. Differentiated. This means made distinct or different, often specifically tailored to individual needs. Leo's colleague recommended differentiated stimulation, meaning exercises precisely chosen to target his specific areas of cognitive weakness. Sustained. This describes something that continues for an extended period without interruption. Leo's sustained engagement with his brain exercises and new hobbies was absolutely crucial for his progress. Effortful. This denotes something requiring considerable mental exertion or effort. Learning a new instrument or tackling complex strategic games can be an effortful process, but that very effort is what drives beneficial brain changes. Empirical. This refers to something based on observation or experience rather than purely theoretical concepts. Leo's personal experience of improved mental clarity served as empirical evidence of the effectiveness of his brain training. Elucidate. This means to make clear or explain something, to clarify. At the outset, I mentioned we would. Elucidate the science behind brain training, meaning we would explain it in an understandable way. Acquire. This means to get or come into possession of something, to gain or accumulate. Through his consistent practice, Leo was able to acquire new and improved mental capabilities. So there you have it. Your brain is an astonishingly adaptable organ, and much like any muscle, it flourishes with consistent challenge and dedicated effort.
And it's imperative to remember that the principles we've discussed today, differentiated stimulation, focused attention, sustained engagement, effortful processing, and the embrace of novelty, are not exclusive to specific brain games. They are foundational to effective learning in any domain, including your journey to master English.
Absolutely. So why not put these powerful principles into practice? Choose one of the brain training activities we've explored today, perhaps a new type of puzzle, or dedicating focused time to a challenging English listening exercise. We'd love to hear about your experiences. Share your own insights on brain training or your most effective English learning strategies in the comments section below. Your contributions truly enrich our community. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to English Insider for more insightful lessons and to continue your remarkable journey of English language enhancement. We look forward to seeing you in our next episode.